Hello, Drea.
Oh, hello. I'm back.
Hello. It is great to see you, my friend.
Back at ya. It's been a minute.
I know it's been a minute, but we are here with your monthly mix, with you, with Janice doing. I know I'm so excited. You're wearing your Liv Tyler sweater.
I am in my name tag.
I love it. In solidarity, I put my retreat name tag on. So it's not my Empire Records one, but it's
You're
mine.
still pretty cool.
It's my, yeah, right. And I wore my Kurt Cobain sweater. Everyone is saying hello. Janice, thank you so much for moderating on the other side. We super appreciate everyone. Dree is great. It's great to see you.
Seeing all these comments looks good. Hi,
know.
everybody.
We love it. We love having you here. So thanks so much for hanging out today. And everyone's saying hello. And I'm trying to put these comments up, but they're going super fast. There we go.
It's me.
There you are. There you
what
are.
What kind of cheese do we have today, Margaret?
I know, right? Right.
Well, I should have gotten some.
I know, right? I need a charcuterie board. 100%.
Can we do that? Can we do a bead cuterie day?
Right? Oh, bead cuterie.
We need this. Oh, we're talking after this show.
Yeah. And you know what we also need to do? What you and I have threatened to do before, and we are still going to do it.
Met Gala.
Matt Gala.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So first Monday in May. We'll have to do it. We have to somehow live stream it, and I'm not sure how we're going to do it, but we're going to figure it out. It was so good. Met Gala, first Monday in May. Yes, Terry, it is a wild Drea sighting. It is true. So it's great to see you here. You're going to hear
Cheddar, Gouda, and Brie.
And Brie, all of it, right? Love it.
All I got is like string cheese and extra sharp cheddar. I'll grab some after.
Right. Totes. But we're going to talk about, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about today. So we've got monthly mixes we're going to talk about. We've got some of your samples that we're going to talk about as well. Don't worry. Folks have been asking, they're like, can Drea do a Highland cuff? And the answer is yes, she can. So we're going to be scheduling that. We're going to be doing all that. Oh, thank you. Nancy says, my hair looks great. Makes me look so younger. Did I look so old?
No, but you do look great.
It could be my skincare regimen. I think it's showing results.
Is it collagen mask that you sent me?
It is collagen mask. I'm doing that face spray. I'm really trying. No surgical enhancements, but moisturize,
man.
It's never too soon. So thanks. I feel good. Plus I'm walking and, doing my best to try and stay on, upright. I mean, every day that's a win.
It's not morbid at all.
What I mean,
I do know what you mean, but yeah.
You gotta keep going. Gotta keep doing it.
You're doing it. You are.
Speaking of which, I'm going to sit down, get off my hip. So let's talk about a few things. Let me add my camera and your camera. Okay. Let me get where are my glasses? Here they are. I agree, Christine Whitney. Hydration is key. And I will tell you, let me get my water let me get mine. Sorry.
My beloved Walla.
Yeah. Hello.
You're with me.
There we go. You can see up close. There it is. Here's mine. Yeah, let's all hydrate real quick. Hydrate. That's the secret to good skin. I'm telling you, moisturize and water. That's it. No, my hip is fine, Janice. I'm just kidding. My hip is fine. It's just, my hip. Kind of.
Oh man, Janice is talking cheese still. I see buffalo mozzarella. That's lunch today, Janice.
Still.
I will never stop talking about cheese, so I get it.
I know. Cheese is our favorite.
It is.
Oh, no, Nancy, I'm just teasing you 100%. No, I love you. I'm just teasing. Age is just a number, my friend, and I'm going to be 59 this year, so we're going to embrace it, right? We are so good. Yeah. No offense taken. 100% all good in the hood. Okay. Let's uh let's look at, I'm going to add our demo spaces here. Let me switch these over. So when we talked about monthly mixes at the end of last year, we talked about doing movies, which was so super fun. I started with Gosford Park. Miranda followed up with Pretty in Pink, which was such a good one. We got a great, Miranda, who was it that sent in their project? We need Audrey, thank you for sending in that great project with Miranda's mix. It looked so good. We'll have to post it on the bead table. And we love it when you send us pictures of what you make.
Send in pictures. I love seeing what you guys make with this stuff.
Yeah, 100%. And then Janice did the color purple. You did Empire Records. Next month is May. Can you guess, Drea, what we're doing?
I don't know what you're doing.
May.
I don't have the access anymore.
I know, but guess May.
I don't know. I thought it was the Janice month. Is it you?
No, well, it's kind of both of us. It's Mother's Day. It's May. It's Little Women.
Oh, come on. I definitely should have gotten that then.
Yeah, I know. Hi.
Wait, which Little Women? The new one?
Whichever one you want it to be. Right? You've never seen it? We're going to watch it.
Miranda, you're going to watch all three of them.
Yeah, you're going to watch. Yeah. We're going to watch
a marathon day.
All three. Yes, I think we are doing the latest one, the Cerise Royan one. I haven't watched any of the monthly mix movies except mine. What? We need to have a monthly mix marathon is what we need to do, a monthly mix marathon.
We absolutely need to.
Movie marathon. Maybe we do it all on Zoom and we all watch it together.
I actually saw the new one with Janice. We went together to see it when it came out.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. I love it. I have the new Little Women. I bought it. It's on my Apple. I thought Greta Gerwig did a fantastic job with it. Yes. I loved 100%. It. I thought Timothée Chalamet was great as Laurie. I loved them all. But I love them all the way back to the first black and white one, all the way through
the 90s one that I grew up with.
Yeah, the
Sarandon.
Winona Ryder. Yeah, yep. So good. So good. So that's next month. That's a little hint. And then we've got some fun ones coming up, but that's going to be next month. Okay, so but this month,
the July one. I hope you're keeping the July that we had planned because I'm excited for that one.
Oh yes, that is all Miranda all the time.
I want to see that one so bad.
It's going to be so. You have no idea.
It's so good.
Yeah, and some new beads in it. Miranda's like,
Nice.
So here we go. Terry said, I did not expect as many Empire Records fans. And I love that. I love how you folks, and I hope you got there was a Empire Records reference in the newsletter this morning. I had to make a sequel. So Corey sold out so quickly. You guys, you loved it. And I loved that you loved it. We love that you loved it. And so Miranda, while she was shipping, she kind of throws over her shoulder and goes, why don't you make a sequel? And I was like, that's a good idea. So I called it Blue Note because all the cool kids listen to jazz, right? Sure. And Chris, when he actually worked at Licorice Pizza, which is a Southern California indie record chain. He worked there like right after high school, 80s time. And let me tell you, he did judge you for the records you bought. So, so it was full on Empire Records there. So I named it Blue Note because I thought jazz. And so it's the sequel to Corey. So,
it's actually even better. You've picked up on another 1996 Liv Tyler movie with that, closely anyway. In That Thing You Do, the jazz club at the end is called, I think, the Blue Spot.
The Blue Spot. That's right. That's right. I
So
knew there was some kind of tie-in because you know how much, second only to Empire Records. We also love That Thing You Do.
And that's my second movie that I think I'm doing, if you're still keeping that next mixes that I did.
Yeah. Well, we'll be looking at That Thing You Do. I love, and if you haven't seen it, my friends,
they're both so good.
They're so good. I
quote both those movies so constantly, and no one knows what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
Yes, Terry.
Yeah, we almost named this mix Sam the Man. We almost did, but we thought we'd name it after Corey, after her skirt, but that is correct.
It was almost Damn the Man.
It was almost Damn the Man, I'll tell you. Save the Empire.
Save the Empire.
Let me tell you here, Christine Whitney is also saying over to our Little Women chat, the BBC, PBS did a Little Women, and I'm trying to remember who was in. It was also a good one. It was a two-parter. Who's Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman, their daughter?
Oh,
what's her name?
Maya.
Right. She plays Jo March in it. Yeah,
I don't think I've ever watched that one.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good one. It's 2 parts. It's
Terry, if this had been a purple mix, it would have been
Rex Manning. And I almost did. I almost said, you know what? I'm going to throw caution to the wind. I'm going to do a Rex Manning. I did for a Rex Manning mix, but I really wanted it to go with Corey so that if you had both tubes, you could really mix it up. So, but yeah, we could. And if you haven't watched Empire Records, it's a great Friday night movie. Order some pizza, have a Friday night movie in. It's so good. Renee Zellweger is in it too. Yep. She kind of gets like pushed to the side because Liv Tyler and, you know.
It was the beginning of all of their careers. So they all had, it was little bit parts for everybody.
Yeah, it was so good. It's such a love letter to the 90s for sure, 100%.
Absolutely.
So Drea has Corey on her spot right there, and then we put together. Here's Blue Note right here. There it is. The sequel.
Yes.
So I'm going to dump mine out, and we also have some other. Oh, that's why my camera. I'm like, why is my camera all funny? There it is. There we go. So mine is right here. So let's talk about this mix, and then let's do just like a little walk down Drea memory lane with some of your other fun projects that was fun. And then that's right, Stem Hilly. That is actually, I'm going to put this comment up. There was no one cooler than Miles Davis, that is for sure. And Blue Note was the name of his famous album, as we know, of course. So. It is true. And since it's Friday night, in our house, it's record night on Friday. Friday night and record night in the Richburg Dosher household. So, and I bought the That Thing You Do soundtrack on vinyl.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing
And
better.
It looks like the Playtone record.
It does look like the Playtone record. I love it so much. So here they are. So, Drea, you chose a really great color way for this. I
tried, man.
Yeah, it was really fun. And I love, I just love how it goes together. And if you look over on the product page, we've been putting the photos that we use as inspiration from the movie as the second, as the alternate photo. So you can see that great skirt that Liv Tyler wears in the movie. That was the inspiration. Yeah. So what I did was with Drea's mix here, and Drea, this is perfect for, and I should say, I'm wearing a pair of Drea's really fantastic pieces, as are you, right? This Blue Note would make a great kind of double brick stitch earring we've got these patterns up on the site. I also wanted to mention, my friends, you can find all of Drea's creations, all of her earrings. So if you need gifts, if you need a gift for yourself, you want to support Drea, jump over to her Etsy. And people have been jumping over and getting your earrings and stuff.
I've sold a few, yeah. I do plan on putting some Highland cuffs up, more of these, and the garlandy ones.
Yes, so good. Those are
I just haven't gotten there yet, but I'm gonna.
Yeah. So jump over to Drea's Etsy store and give her a follow.
Thank you.
Over there.
Thank you to those who have already bought from me.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. I'm going to make a pair right now.
Right.
I'm going to experiment in Empire Records style, which I did mention to Kate, but at one point in the movie, quarters are being glued on the floor. And there's this guy like trying to pick them up and he can't. Yeah. And he goes, "Who glued these quarters down?" And the guy gluing them just says, "I don't feel that I need to explain my art to you, Warren." I say that to people all the time. No one knows what I'm talking about. But I have discovered that this quarter is the exact size.
It's the exact size of
We're going to glue a quarter down.
1 inch.
We're going to bead first, and then we're going to glue. We're going to try it anyway. We're
going
to glue a quarter down.
Love it. And there's Drea's Insta right there as well.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Thanks, JP.
Right there.
So we're going to just go for it and try it. And you're doing, you have a nun design hoop.
Yeah. So what I've got, and I'm going to highlight, let me do this. Hang on. I want to do this. I want to do this. Okay.
Just go crazy here and do a pebbled look instead of bands.
Yeah. I started with pebbled and I thought, you know what? I'm going to do a color blend just for fun, but it also looks great kind of pebbled. So what I used here was I used the Blue Note mix, and there are 7 different bead colors in this Blue Note, and they're very subtle. So of course I got the mix and I started to kind of, sort them out. And the blues are pretty close in color, which I think makes for a really great ombre earring.
Yes.
So I'm doing this. So what I did was, this is that Nun Design teardrop hoop. And then what I did was, and this is where you might want to take a screenshot, friends, if you are looking to do this. This is the Nun Design teardrop. We also have the Nun Design round hoop that's like this. This is kind of the skinnier one that's like the heavier gauge wire versus, let me highlight Drea's here. She's using that hammered hoop right there. That's the 1 inch one, I think.
I think so. I did.
But you've got
a tape measure
I
here.
think so. But they look so great. And you can see that pebbled look. Yeah, that's the 1 inch. The 1 inch.
I know I'm a little low on there.
Yeah, no, it's all good. So
I'm going to pebble this.
Yeah.
Brick stitch. You can find it under the dancer earring on the website.
Mm-hmm. It looks really good.
And we're just going to go for it.
What I did was here, and you're just doing your first round, Drea, just single drop, right?
Yes.
Okay. Same thing that I did here. I did a single drop all the way around. You can see here I didn't complete, I left this my second pass kind of undone here so you could see. And I went from the white into the alabaster and then into the blues. So I've got 2, then it goes 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3 in the center, then all the way back up and finishing with 2. And I did that because I wanted everything to line up. So that's what I did. And then now with this outer one, it's 2, 2. Then I went to the 3 all the way around, and I'll do 2. I may do one more row. I don't know. I'm just going to see how this goes. I think I'm going to do a single row on the inside because it's really fun with your earrings, Drea, that you do. And I've done this pattern as well. On the larger hoops, this is that 1 incher, you can do a pass of the brick stitch all along on the inside as well. Yep. And then it really kind of hugs that hoop in the center. But this is the mini one on the bottom, which I just love.
Yeah, I love doing the double, but sometimes I'm just gonna make this one a single hoop.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it might be a little bit heavy because of the quarter that I'm gonna glue to it. So
right. That's so funny. So do you want the quarter to show through from the back to the front?
That's a good question.
Or I think I love it. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know, because it does cover pretty perfectly the same size.
It does.
So you'll see the beads around it. But do we like it with...
It's kind of cool having that edge. Push it up just a little further up. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what it looks like with the beads.
Yeah, I'm doing it kind of off camera so I can do it in
I got it.
time.
Let me
and there was a question from Carol. Carol asked if I'm picking at random. Yes, I am.
Oh, yes. I missed that.
So that's what I mean by pebbling. I'm just going to grab completely at random and just let it go. The only thing I do is I do kind of check just to make sure I'm not doing two of the same color in a row, or like too many of the same color in the row. If you can see that. So I just picked up, I think this is a Silverline Flax maybe, and I just want to make sure I don't grab another one of those to go next to it. I'll grab this white one instead.
Right. But even in the grand scheme of things, you guys, if you do like a couple next to each other or whatever, it's all going to be pebbled. It's going to look great. And you could do that same thing with what I've got doing here. I just thought that a color stripe would be kind of fun.
Yeah, that's usually what I do. I pebble once in a while, but usually I do ombre or stripes. And I'm even going to purposely now, just for this conversation's sake, I've got that same yellow bead again here, just separated by one bead. So it's just enough that it really does keep it looking random, but not overly designed. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, completely. Yeah,
I'm great at explaining what I do, but I do it.
No, it's good. So let me show you here. I'm going to come in. I've done 3. What I've done also, and it'll help you if you're going to sort this mix. What I did was I sorted and then I put them in color order of how I was going to use them. And the listing for both of the mixes, Drea's mix is sold out, but we do still have the recipe up on the website. So if you're like, oh, I missed it or whatever, you can buy, it's 6 different beads, I think. We have all of the beads in stock. So you can just grab those, do your own mix. You'll have 6 tubes instead of 1, but all that, or you can just mix like half, half the tube, the other separate. Right, and keep the other half as is.
It is all equal parts, so just mix a little bit.
Mix a little bit, it'll look great, right? Yeah. So with what I did here is I started to sort my beads out, and I just kind of did them in the color order that I liked, right? And these blue, this is the rainbow, and I think that's the nebula, rainbow nebula, and rainbow, I don't know what the other one is there, but they're both really close in color. But when you see it on the piece, you can really see that color shift. So I love it. Yeah. Karen's asking, she's like, will there be a prequel? I don't know. What would the prequel to this movie be? I'm trying.
I don't know.
Like another. Right. Well, the director, he also did a movie. It's called Times Square. I don't know. It was like in 80 or 82, I think. And it has Trini Alvaro, and it's these 2 girls who, and Tim Curry plays the DJ, and it's full on new wave music. It's really good. So maybe, I don't know, it's super gritty. It's great. It's called Times Square. Margaret Sloan saying Sun Records. That would be, a good prequel to that. So yeah, it'd be fun. Totally. I like these. We're doing, for, June, I'm not going to give many hints away for what we're doing for June for the monthly mix. It's going to be a good one. But there's going to be, Miranda also tossed this one over her shoulder, a double feature.
Ooh, I love
so
that.
There's going to be a double, sometime during the month, there's going to be a double feature.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Right. Stacks. Also, what's the other one with, what's his name? John Cusack. What's that record store movie that I love so much?
High Fidelity.
High Fidelity.
There we go.
I love
Don't put me on that. I have no idea.
Yeah. Love High Fidelity. There's so many good record store movies, for sure. Oh, I love it. Michelle, of course you do. You have the Times Square soundtrack. Full on Roxy music. It's the music of my youth. It's a good movie. It's a little gritty. So, but it's a good one. But he also, the name of the director is escaping me, but he also did Empire Records. So, and yes, to an earlier question, in answer to an earlier question, I think Christine asked, I do collect vinyl. I mean, I've had vinyl for forever. Chris has a much larger vinyl collection than I do, but yeah, we're both vinyl fans for sure.
I have a very small collection. I need to grow it.
Yeah. I mean, since Chris did work at Licorice Pizza, I don't know if any of you folks remember Licorice Pizza if you're Southern California natives, but it was a definite good, great indie. He was the 45s buyer for that.
Nice.
So I'm also going to look and see, like for my, pardon me, for the way that these are lining up. I want to make sure that, and I think they are lining up across. So my color straightations, it's not super, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I don't want it to be like way off like this, right? So I think this is good. Doing the pebbling, I think, is so much easier because you just pebble. But
yes. And it's not something I do too often. And every time I do it, I'm like, why don't I do this more? It's so easy.
Yeah, it's fun. Agreed.
Just going with it, man. Pick one up and go.
Totes. Let's see here.
Also, it means you don't have to separate your beads, which is not a thing that I enjoy doing.
Right. Same. But it's kind of, that's why I'm only doing it like a little, see?
Yeah, right. Just a few. Just what you need.
Like this.
That's very me right there.
Right. Debbie, you are probably, so we're streaming. So Debbie's question is, how come I can't see any comments? So Debbie, I am broadcasting on 4 channels. That's how extra we are. I'm on the Kate Richburg Facebook, Kate Richburg YouTube, and then we're on the Bead Shop Facebook page and the Bead Shop YouTube page. Most all of these, so you can see when I put people's comments up, like Mary's here saying it's great to have Drea here, you can see the little YouTube symbol. She's watching on YouTube, and like Stem Hilly, yep, you should see Chris's 45s collection, but he was the 45s buyer, right? Yeah, totally judging you for what you were purchasing. But you can see Stem Hilly has the YouTube logo, and then we have other people like Michelle watching over on Facebook. So it's all over. So just so you know, if you're not seeing everything, it means that we're on 4 different channels, not that your comments are being suppressed. Free speech.
That's us.
What the people want. Give the people what they want.
Yeah.
Right, Drea?
Beads.
And
movies.
Yes, that's another Empire Records theme, though.
Absolutely.
Give the people what they want. Okay, so it's getting closer. So this double one that I'm doing here, and then Drea, I'll come back to you in a sec. I started, pardon me, and I may want to fill it in. I'm not sure, but I wanted a little bit of a gradation here up at the top, just in case it looked too heavy. But you can always come back in and add some more beads up here at the top as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
let's see. I love it. Yeah, I'd love it to hear everybody's favorite. Like, what's your favorite record, or what's the first record you bought? I love it. Stemily is saying Stevie Wonder's Fingertips Part 1 and 2. Love. The very first record I bought was, and drop them in the comments, I'll put them up on the screen. I remember, so I must have been like 10, maybe 9. So, when the Sex Pistols came through the US and had their final concert was in San Francisco. And we were watching the news, and I guess someone from like the Channel 4 News or whatever, or maybe Channel 5 News or Channel 7, could have been one of the big three.
One of the channels.
One of the big three. And they were broadcasting from the Sex Pistols concert. And I was like, what is this? And so I remember we had our Gilroy librarian. She was kind of subversive, I think. She was pretty awesome.
Nice.
She, in the record stacks, because I didn't buy records. Gilroy didn't even have a record store, I don't think, then. We had to go up to San Jose to buy records. And there, of course, was no streaming. And disco ruled the airwaves pretty much. So I had to check it out from the Gilroy Library. So the Gilroy Library had Nevermind the Bollocks, Here's the Sex Pistols. They had Joe Jackson. I'm like this kid. Well, Joe Jackson was 78. But they had Sex Pistols, I think, in like 9. Maybe they had it in 77, maybe. But our record curator, she was subversive for sure, which I loved. She really formed my musical taste as a kid. I also had Sean Cassidy, Michelle, and I had a Leif Garrett album.
Mine was Styx.
Yours was Styx? Which one? Oh, Paradise Theater. That's a good one too.
Are you proud?
I am proud.
You're proud it wasn't like Britney Spears.
Well, Britney Spears is okay too. I don't mind.
I don't mind some Britney.
I don't mind some Britney, right? But I couldn't believe it. The news was showing the Sex Pistols, and I'm like, what is this? I've got to have it.
Janice is saying, I was born in 84, and I hate 80s music. I know you hate that about me, but
it's okay. That 70s, that album came out, I think, in 75.
But it's more 80s pop that I just can't stand. Yeah. It's just very grady on my ears. It's just not what I'm into. Yeah. But I grew up listening to my parents' music, so I'm very much in my grandparents' music. So Rat Pack through Beatles. Yeah. And with my dad, like through Led Zeppelin and Crosby Stills, like that's what I grew up listening to. Yeah. That's what I love. Yeah. But then my dad in the mid 90s was like, I've listened to this music for my entire life and I'm sick of it. And he needed something new to listen to. And he got really into 90s alternative rock. And so I did too. And that's like all I listen to is, I would say, classic rock. Okay, we'll start at the beginning. I would say Rat Pack, classic rock, 90s like alternative and grunge, and then Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
That's it. There's nothing else.
I know. I mean, come on. We're in our beating era right now. The beating era, as we would say.
I am in my beating era, absolutely.
As we say that, right? As we are. The Singing Nun. Alice, that's hilarious. I love it. It was, music is really, it definitely forms your childhood for sure. I mean, growing up with my grandparents, my gran was such a singer. My gran would always sing, and my gran could play any instrument by ear. And of course, the instruments that we had in our house, 3 that she played by ear. 1 was the piano. 2 was the accordion, like any good Italian woman. And 3 was the ukulele. So yes, and yes.
Nice.
But we always listened to, we never missed a Lawrence Welk. That's for sure.
My mom, like on the weekends would be at the house doing housework or whatever because she worked full time. Thanks, Mom, for taking care of us because she was our breadwinner and our homemaker and everything all rolled into one. And so she would be listening to the Beatles every weekend. That was just it. That was the soundtrack of my childhood.
Yeah. Well, it's music is so important for sure. And I like music of all. I like when people look at my playlists and my musical collection and stuff. Right. Yeah. Oh, Bobby Sherman. So Bobby Sherman. Oh my God, Bobby Sherman. So dreamy. I love this, Lydia, Janice's mom, Lydia, Harry Belafonte, Frank Sinatra, and Fred Astaire for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Give me some Fred Astaire.
Yeah, give me some, and definitely some Belafonte. The nicest man I've ever met.
You met him?
I did. One summer, I was right after college. I was doing a lot of overhire for local shows, and I got hired to be his dresser for the day. And this was in the 80s. This was
very cool.
Early 90s. It was. So it was at the Summer Montalvo series, and he came through. And can you believe it? He did not travel with a dresser or a costume person, but he had two beautiful backup singers, and his clothes were beautiful. His wife designed his clothes. His stage clothes were gorgeous. And so I went in early. This was in my costuming era. And I went in early, and I worked all day working on his clothes, mending, sewing on buttons. He had gone to buy pants at the Macy's or the Nordstrom, I think, that day. So his road manager came in and said, we know it's not really part of your job, but Mr. Belafonte needs some pants hemmed. And I'm all, yeah, no problem. So I went in and I'm like, Mr. Belafonte, how do you like the break in your hem? So I was doing that, and he was so sweet. So then I brought everything back, and I'm hemming and I'm working, and it's hot. It's the middle of summer in Los Gatos. And or Saratoga, wherever Villa Montalvo is, I can't remember. I think it's Saratoga. And so they had me come out. His road manager said, they said, well, you can probably, sew just as well out in the audience. So why don't we need someone to play to for our sound check. So I brought my pile of clothes, and it's me and their whole band. They're doing their sound check just for me. And I was working on all of his clothes. He was so kind and gracious. He came in and he thanked me. He introduced himself. I'm all, I know.
Yeah, I know who you are.
Yeah. And he says, thank you so much. He was so kind, such a class act. And then they asked me to go on the road.
Wow.
Because they were leaving like in 2 days for Monaco, I think, and they needed someone to go on the road. I was just too young. I wasn't ready. So that was, how everybody has a fork in the road story about how if you had done this way or that way, your life would have been completely different. That was my fork in the road. Had I gone and worked as a dresser for Harry Belafonte, I would have been accepting my Tony Award, I think, for costuming on Broadway instead of being a minor internet sensation. So, what are you going to do?
Minor internet sensation.
My life went the right way, right? It did. So
everything happens for a reason.
But it was I had a lot of fun that summer. I worked really hard whenever, because a lot of acts and stuff, even now, people don't travel with a dresser. So it was fun. It was really fun. I worked for the ballet. I did, theater work was a lot of fun then, but he was the most gracious and kind man. You know, he could have just said, you know, not, but he was just so, it was a thing. And then they offered me a job, but it was good. It was good to know. It was
That's
fun.
really
And
cool.
his clothes were just, oh, the tailoring on those clothes were just perfect. And his road trunks, I forget that we're broadcasting now. I feel like I'm just talking to you.
We are. We're just talking.
There's actually like 150 people watching right now that I'm telling the story to. But his trunks, oh God, the way they had the clothes, they were just impeccable. So, yeah. So we should all remember to just, whoever you're speaking to, it's a great lesson in kindness. You know, whether you're on the front end or the back end or a support staff or whatever, it's always good to be a good person. Right?
Yeah,
Be a good person.
absolutely.
So good. I love everybody's really great. Helen's one of her first ones was Donny Osmond, Puppy Love. You remember how big those Osmonds were? Bless them.
So I just randomly bouncing off what you just said. I was at the Myasthenia Gravis Foundation of America's National Patient Conference this weekend.
Yes, you were. You're still doing such great work for them, Dre.
I do what I can. But one of the experience rooms, I don't know if I even told you this yet, Kate, one of the experience rooms that they did had a man doing makeovers. It was like a mini makeover.
I saw it on your Insta. It looked really cool.
So he was just giving you tips. Like, you asked a question and he was just there to make you feel good. He was so nice. Like, he was so complimentary to everybody, super helpful. One of the symptoms is, you know, a lot of us have eye droop, or like my eyes droop, but this eye also turns inward, and it's embarrassing. Like, I don't want to look this way. So I had been asking him for tips, and he gave me some great tips about, you know, symmetry, and you don't have to be symmetrical, be purposely not symmetrical to fix the issues. And I was like, this is great. He was such a sweetheart, so freaking nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was like, do you have an Instagram? And of course he did. He gives me his Instagram. I really didn't look closely at it until a couple days later. He's like, he does Jane Fonda's makeup.
Oh, I love it.
I was like, this man did Jane Fonda's makeup like a week ago, and now he's done mine. Like, this was so cool.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
You would have never known it because he's just talking to Joe Schmo Drea Carboni. Like, it was really cool.
That's awesome though. What a great advocacy. You know, I saw that on really your Insta, which was awesome. Yeah, I love those makeup days. Those were fun times. Margaret Sloan is saying theater life. You're bringing back so many memories. I know, Margaret, you were so big in the theater for sure. And the spirit and camaraderie that you make with friends in the theater world. I know Miranda's done hair and makeup, you know, in the drag world. That's right. She just did a high snap. The camaraderie that you get, you know, or that you create in those kind of situations are just so amazing for sure.
Cool.
Yeah, so cool.
I went to get more beads. Sorry.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to put yours up here. Oh, look at how you are such a fast beater, my friend. Look at how cool that looks.
So I've done the 3 rows. I don't have all of my beads here, but I'm picking. It needs an edge, and then I think I'm going to glue that quarter down.
I think that's awesome. What are you going to use? That?
Maybe. I realized this morning as I was trying to get ready for this that I left a lot of beads at my friend's house, who was very kindly putting me up while the heat has been out at my house. And I left a ton of stuff over there, which was not my most brilliant moment.
Well, you've got some beads there.
I do, but just not my whole collection, and it's a little bit of a bummer.
Right.
But
so I'm going to show you, while you're looking, Drea, I'm going to show everybody this little tip here. So what I've got going on here, I'm going to start my 3rd row, and I made this mistake again, so I'm going to show this to you.
What'd you do?
what I'm doing here is I'm kind of tapering it. And the way that I taper, you need to kind of be, especially with this kind of a slope of this earring. Let me see if I can get this bead out. Hold, please. And I'll show you what I did wrong. When I started to taper down like this, right, I go from this bead to this second bead. There's a thread bridge here that I don't want to show. So instead of just coming out of the top of this bead like this, and then putting your next bead on and skipping and going to this thread bridge, I'm going to stitch down inside this bead, then up, and then go through. I hope that makes sense. Then you won't get this weird kind of like thread bridge thing happening up here.
A little wonky.
Yep. Yeah, it just, the thread shows too much.
Yeah, I get it.
So I'm gonna, and I'm using Fireline today because that's what I had here.
I KO as usual because
yeah, and yeah, they both will work. I thought about using KO because I thought about having a color, that would not, that, I could use gray and it would really blend into the silver right here, but I didn't have it. And I was like, oh, well, that's okay.
All's well. That's cool.
So I'm going to come down in this bead and then I'm going to come up here and then back up through this bead. So I'm kind of like turning the corner, but then, there we go. Then I can start with my first bead right here. And you'll see I've got that taper, which is nice. And I don't have that thread bridge that doesn't look so nice.
Perfect.
So do you want me to put your beads back up, Drea? Are you?
Well, I'm still experimenting over here. You can.
Okay, let's just see where you're at.
I have 3 rows done. I don't know how clear that is. A little
nice.
Blurry. I'm going to do just an edge along the bottom, and I am going to use the same oh, did I just screw this up? I did just screw it up. Actually, it's okay. Well, no, it's not. It's going to
you're going to do, I see, you're going to do another row on the bottom so it's not perfectly circular?
Yes. Usually mine have, I don't know what I have over here. Actually, I don't have much over here. Usually I don't do a straight edge. I will do some kind of roughly scalloped something.
Right.
Like these, or I don't know what I did on these ones. So see, it's just not, just so it's not just so straight
nice.
Flat around.
Right.
I think it gives it a little bit more of a finished look.
Mm-hmm.
So I do a lot of different things, but I think what I'm going to do on this one is like a half of a row all the way around the edge, just so it's just the bottom and not the whole hoop. And I have 6/0 in that pistachio color that's in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see how this looks. And I'm going to pick up an 8/0 and a 6/0.
Is that also an 8/0, Drea? Or is that a 6/0? Sorry.
A 6/0 in the pistachio?
On the pistachio. Okay. For a minute, I was like, I wasn't following there for a second, but I can see that.
So the pistachio is 8/0 is in the mix already. And then I just grabbed these that I happen to have on hand.
Got it.
I love a yellow. And I'm just going to keep brick stitching. They're a little bit off in color. They're not perfectly matched, but it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
And it just gives it a little bit of an edge. You can see that's coming around now.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. Right. It kind of breaks up the line.
Yep. So just alternating colors. And I'm just going to do it along the bottom edge. Just to give it a little finishing touch.
Right. Very nice. Well, what I have going on here is, let me show you. So I'm starting that third row and see how, since I've made the jump when I kind of do that color shift, see how these lines are kind of lining up this way. So this is my third row as well. So I think these are looking good. So I'm going to use, again, the color shift on these beads when it comes to like the 2 rainbow ones that I have in here are super slight. So there might be a little harder to sort them out. But
it actually looks a little bit clearer on camera, I think, than it does to you in person.
Yeah.
I can see it, but it looks, I can see how it looks close.
Yeah. So it looks good. It looks good. I love it. People are still talking music. I love it.
So I'm going to Nashville next week, and I'm obviously going to the Opry. Like, how could I not? I've never been, so I have to go. I have no idea who I'm going to see because they're doing their 100-year celebration, and like every night there's crazy amounts of different people all playing.
It'll be so fun.
So I'm super excited about that.
And you have to make sure you go to the Ryland. So the Ryland Auditorium is the first. Drea, I'm going to put yours back up so people can see you doing the edge. To see the Ryland, which was the original Grand Ole Opry, and now they've moved it out to Opryland. But Ryland, the tour is awesome. You can tour up on the stage. They have this really great like costume tour of like the clothes that people wore. They have Minnie Pearl, her Mary Janes that say Minnie Pearl on the front. Nice. It's so cool. I loved the Ryland, loved it. And the Johnny Cash Museum is also there. So good.
I have limited time, but I'm doing the big things that like you need to do.
Yeah, the big ones.
And as a Swiftie, I'm going to Centennial Park. I don't care about like the Parthenon or whatever replica that's there. I want to go sit on a bench.
Right.
That's what I'm doing. I have mapped everything out from where I'm staying and whether I can walk to these places or not.
Oh, it's going to be so fun. I love it. Right, I know, Curtis, isn't it fun? It's totally fun to have Drea here today, right?
Oh, I agree. I'm glad to be back.
Fun. Christine's saying she loves the addition. So yeah, that really looks great, that edge. So Drea, talk us through, you did 1816, 1816. Is that correct?
Correct. Just like you would add any other row, you're still doing brick stitch. You're just alternating the sizes. And it gives it a little something. Yeah,
that border is really fantastic. It's really great. Love.
And then just to avoid a thread coming in here and being more visible, this is my last one. I'm going back through the 6/0.
Smart. Yeah. And that was the issue that I was having. Yeah, that's exactly what I was doing.
And then I'm just going to finish these off. I'm going to bury my threads. And then I'm going to figure out where that quarter's going, because you made me think about whether I want it behind or on top. And I don't know. We're going to figure it out. Vote. What do you guys think?
Yeah. What do you guys think?
Do we do, am I in
shot?
My God, let's see.
So funny, Drea. I love it so much.
All right. So behind or in front, you guys, where are we going?
I love the rim around it because it kind of frames it, but that's just me. So
I agree. I think you might be right, but let's see what the people say.
We've got one already for behind.
All right. Ooh, and all caps.
Yeah.
Take that seriously.
Christine, behind. Yeah. That's what we're getting.
And I'm definitely doing the eagle side because I got to meet a bald eagle this weekend.
I saw that too.
How cool was that? I was so random. We were walking out of, there's like a gift shop and cafe. We went and got coffees and we're walking out and there's all these people gathered around. We're like, what's everyone looking at? This bald eagle with its wings all out, all majestic. What? It was crazy. Unexpected and really cool.
Was it
other animals as well?
Someone who had it was showing it?
Yeah, it was like a wildlife
group show or something.
Talking about wildlife in the area. This was in Phoenix. And they had like snakes and an owl, and it was really cool. And very unexpected to walk out of the gift shop and there's just a bald eagle.
Yeah, I mean, they're so big. We have them here up in Yosemite, and I've seen some in at Shaver Lake up here where we're near. It's pretty cool. Their nests are so giant. Where is my flippin' thread? Why? I had it here. I'm gonna keep looking.
We do have eagles here too. We can see them down along the Potomac. And one, this was years ago. Eli must have been like 4 maybe years old, and he and I were having a picnic at a park right along the Potomac, and there's 2 bald eagles just hanging out and flying around. And
oh, isn't that cool?
I was just thinking at the time, like, there's no way he understands how cool and how special this is because he's just too young. But it was a really cool moment to just, this is Janice's grandson, Eli, when I was nannying him. And it was just so cool. We're just hanging out and there's just bald eagles and we're having a picnic. And it was really awesome.
That is so awesome. Okay. People are saying also, Ellen said, do one earring heads and the other earring tails.
That would probably kill me. I don't think I could handle it.
Right. I know. It
would drive me nuts. I know sisters, not twins, but there's no way I could handle it. They'd have to be the same.
Yeah.
I'm like, the pebbling is enough for me. I cannot mismatch. I've tried too. I've tried to make like purposely mismatched earrings. I can't, they drive me up the wall.
So I'm going to do
what are you doing?
The Danielle Wicks trick of adding thread.
Oh, what's her trick? Do I know that?
Because I'm using Fireline. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a square knot. So see, I've got my old thread here, my new thread here. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a square knot right over left and left over right. It's a good trick. And go through like this. Sorry, my hands are a little slow today. So I've got this, okay? And there's my knot. Can you see that? And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my thread burner. And I'm going to thread burn a little mushroom head on the top of the thread.
I would have never done that in a million years. That's so smart.
There's that mushroom. Now I'll do this other one. Make sure it's on there. Yep. And it works so well with Fireline because Fireline is, nylon. So I'm mushrooming this one up too. I need that mushroom to be a little bit bigger. I'm just tapping it down, right? And I'm making sure that those little mushrooms are tight on there, right? Then you pull. So one goes down, the other one doesn't. So I'm going to mushroom it a little bit closer.
Huh.
So see, here's this one.
Brilliant.
I'm just going to clip it. Sometimes they just, they slide. This one had a little far to slide. So I'll just mushroom this one down. There we go. And then this thread, seeing you really pull on it, you make sure that nothing is coming off.
Yep.
This. And it'll just, the mushroom is small enough that it'll just probably, hopefully, end up inside one of the bead holes.
I never in a million years. I've been sitting here just adding thread like a chump the old way.
Right. I did mine a little bit differently when I kind of added thread on. It was a little more convoluted. But this Fireline is great because, it just melts. So I was kind of melting them together and it kind of worked. But yeah, Danielle showed us this on a broadcast and I'm like, what? That just changed my life. So it's nice not to have to weave in and weave out. And you can do the same with the Ceylon as well. Anything that's a nylon that will mushroom up. you can do it. And you can see, here comes that mushroom, and see, it just goes right through the bead. It's like you don't even see
Brilliant.
it. It's large
Absolutely
enough
brilliant.
to act as a stopper, but small enough that it still goes through all the beads. So this is looking good. So now I'm going to come out, I'm going to do the blue all the way across this way. So let me know, Drea, when you're ready to go back on. I think the vote is behind, but
Behind seems to be winning.
ultimately it's your design.
No, I'm in agreement there. I have one more thread to bury, my original tail.
Okay.
I'm just gonna bury in here.
Okay.
And then I think we're gonna try the glue. The only thing I'm nervous about with this glue is that sometimes a glue will discolor a bead.
Right.
So I want to glue very carefully and hope that it dries okay.
And you're going to glue on camera, right?
Yes.
Okay. And we've got a nice comment from a brand new viewer. Let me put that up. Our new friend, Kim Caldwell. Kim says, I came to YouTube for session 3 of the recorded ladder bracelet masterclass, but saw you were alive. Saw that we were live, not alive. I'm a new bead shop fan and I'm working on my first ladder bracelet. Hi, everyone. Hi, Kim.
Welcome, Kim.
It's great to have you. I'm so glad that the ladder bracelet, that the master classes are still being watched. That makes me super happy. Janice and I are having a lot of fun with the pearl knotting master class. I'll tell you, it's been a lot of fun. And we would love to hear from you folks. We're trying to decide what our next master class is going to be. So we'd love to hear from you what you think our next dive needs to be. So you can always email or you can always comment on our lives. So see, here we are. Let me put this straight so you can see how the color blocking, I'm kind of liking this. I was thinking maybe I would do fringe, but instead I think I'm going to do a round in the center and then maybe add a drop or something. I don't know. We'll see.
Do you know what I just opened over here?
What's that?
My Briolettes.
Yeah, you did.
I'm not going to put a Briolette in, but I'm just going to show that there are some good color options here.
Yes, girl. Yes.
Right. So aqua quartz maybe a little bright. I got champagne citrine though. I know that one's going to be beautiful in there.
Yeah, beautiful.
My favorite.
Even like moonstone, I think would look great in there too.
I got. Oh, you know I have moonstone.
There's my bestie, Christine. Happy Friday, Christine. I hope
moonstone, labradorite.
I miss you. I'll call you this weekend.
A clear. You know what? The latest batch of smoky quartz has been pretty light, and they look cute too.
It would look nice. Lapis would look good. I mean, you can't push it a little further up, Dre. You're a little off cam. There we go. All of those.
Black moonstone, I think, also goes in here with that slate blue. I don't know. Let's see. What's in here? I think I got
two Briolettes, and her name is Drea.
It's me. I can't help it. I have so many. I think this is the Peruvian chalcedony, which I think is also pretty.
Oh yeah, that's pretty. Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of options here.
Christine just counted. We just broke. YouTube now has over 1,000 videos. 1,000.
Thank you, everybody.
That is awesome. I just got a notice that the Bead Shop YouTube channel was 15 years old. Can you believe it?
Is it really?
Yeah. From back in the day. Love it. Let me put this.
I grabbed toothpicks.
Okay, perfect. Are you ready to glue?
I'm gonna glue, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna put you here and I'm gonna keep stitching.
I have a slightly beat up but lighter colored. This is like the lighter gray that I just maybe I need something white. I wanted to show these without the dark color background,
right?
Just because there are so many options here. So if you aren't into gluing quarters down like I am, We have all of these
You can
guys.
put those in there. Yeah, any single one of those would work. It just depends on where you kind of want to push the color story, right?
Under my little light here. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks
definitely. Good. But we're so gluing. We're gluing quarters down.
No, we are. That's so funny.
It's Empire Records.
Yeah, it's Empire Records Day.
Do.
Happy Rex Manning Day.
Is coming up.
Yeah. What is actual Rex Manning Day?
April 8th.
April 8th. That's right.
Is it sad that I just know this?
No, but that's why we did the mix. I knew it was coming up. I knew it was in April, which is why we did the Empire Records mix.
It is why I chose that mix for this month. Absolutely.
It is true. Happy Rex Manning Day.
You know me, I curate everything to an insane degree of, I don't know, just insanity, to be honest with you. I'm like, it's
minutia.
This month, this color, this theme.
Yeah, it's fun. Let's see.
All right, I'm going to give myself a little dab of glue.
And this is a good way. So Sharon's saying, Drea, I've been waiting to bead a coin. She has so many international coins. This would make a great way to put a beaded edge around a coin, especially if you're going to wear it like as a pendant. Some of the international coins can be a little heavy. So Drea, the glue you're using, what are you using?
Zap.
Zap, okay. And so see how Drea's applying it really intentionally with the toothpick.
I don't want it to really show around I don't want it, I'm doing it kind of a thin layer. I actually need more because I don't want the glue to squeeze out the other side and show.
Right, exactly.
But I will take a clean toothpick and clean that up.
Yeah.
Should it happen. I know I'm going to need a lot more glue because I'm spreading it so thin.
But since Drea is gluing two non-porous surfaces together, the glue won't sink in. It'll sploosh out the sides, right? Yep. So, and you could also use E6000 for sure.
Yep, absolutely.
I think both of these will work.
Yep, I use E6000 for a lot of this kind of thing, especially metal to metal or non-porous to non-porous. But Zap is really quick.
It'll dry really, really fast. It's great for
what I had on hand, to be honest with you.
Yeah, great for camera. Great for the live broadcast.
And we're just going to hope that, I mean, I did not test this. We're going to see in real time, and then I'll post the results on Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to discolor the beads or not. I'm hoping not, but
yeah, we'll just see.
Sometimes it discolors like check glass, I've noticed.
Yeah.
I mean, any glue does it.
Yeah. Because the finish that just reacts, the chemicals in the glue sometimes reacts.
So I'm going to really quickly make sure that we're set.
Oh my God, those are so good.
Clean up a little spill on aisle 1.
That's so great.
This is so funny. Okay, who glued these quarters down? I did.
I did.
I did it.
Love it. Love.
How could I not glue quarters today, you guys?
That's just so funny. And I'm telling you, folks, it'll be a great Friday night movie watch. Get some pizza.
Totally.
And
absolutely a great one.
Yeah, it's time for a Friday night movie watch. That's great.
It's one of my favorites all time.
Love.
And I did bring this over too. I was thinking about it. Another great way to use coins is, as Kate does, and make buttons with them.
Yeah.
Well, if you have any more left, Kate, but you got to make some more to sell them.
I know. I do need to get some coin buttons on my agenda. That's for
Caroline
sure.
Says hi.
Oh, Caroline.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's so killer. It's great. So, Drea, did you just make a loop up at the top? Is that what you did?
I did. It is. Oh, I got some beads stuck in this bag now. Caroline, hey, you're okay. I don't know who she's barking at, but she's barking at them.
Yeah.
But this is just 6 little 11 knots.
11 knots. Yeah, looks good.
And I just go through that loop like 3 times and then bury my thread. And that's what I will attach a head pin to once this is all dry.
Yeah, that's great.
Not head pin, earwire.
Earwire.
Yeah.
So in the time we've got left, why don't you, because other great ADOT projects, you've got some of your Highland cuffs.
I'm going to move
there,
this.
and we've got the shows on Drea's Highland cuffs. I'll put them in the newsletter, some links this weekend. And we've got a recipe for it. So even if, because some of the products, as you know, the beads go in and out, but you can certainly shop by color and choose some of your own colorways. These Highland cuffs are so epic. And we have
making them even crazier too.
Yeah, I love them. And we have, I will link it in the newsletter. And Debbie, the movie suggestion is Empire Records, which is what we used as the inspiration for Drea's
Corey
mix for Corey right there.
Corey,
there it is. Love it. I love it. I'm wearing
whoever I bought this from on Etsy for my Halloween costume.
I love it. I've got my lanyard from the retreat.
They're so cool.
So dorky.
This is the first one I made and showed Janice the idea with the Super Duo herringbone down the front.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just went off with it and we made these ones that have knots in them.
Yeah, the knots are so good. That Josephine
knots and a Celtic love knot on this one. I think these were whiskey, fen, and heather, probably, because it's
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
So I just kept making them bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And then these are 3 that I've made for myself in the past couple years. If you remember, I used to go to that adult prom, and so
that's such a good one.
Sequin mosaic dress that I had.
Mm-hmm.
This has a lot of Midsummer Midnight in it. That's what this.
That's what that one was from.
On either side is. And then I think you made a Tyla version of it too, right? Is that what that is?
Did. Mm-hmm.
Yep. This I made for my cousin's wedding. I wore teal and purple, so come on.
Yeah, that's super epic. And I love the Super Duo stripe down the center. It's just really good. Oh, and thank you, Janice, for linking that.
Thanks.
The Highland Cuff is so great. And Janice is just saying how much she loved this project. We love it too. We are going to have, we're thinking about sometime this summer, maybe July, and Drea will do another epic, because these cuffs take a lot of planning because there are so many,
there's a lot of beads,
moving parts and stuff for them. But you can certainly, folks, follow like the recipe and choose your own colors. It's a really great
these
series.
Are on there.
Mm-hmm.
And the recipe is pretty simple for them.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll probably keep it simple for that project instead of going into like this kind of chaos, because this is a lot.
Yeah, but once you learn how to do those passes, you know,
then you can make the crazy ones.
Yeah, it's kind of like this earring, kind of like the brick stitch earring. You kind of start with the base, and then you just kind of keep going around and going around and going around.
Yeah, go with it.
Yeah,
absolutely. So yeah, Highland cuffs are a good option, especially with, where did it go? This one, like, this is a great one that showcases using a mix.
Yeah.
Kate's super popular Midsummer Midnight.
And everybody wants you to put one on. Will you put one on, Dre?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
it's such an epic. It's such an epic project.
It is, and I love them. They're just makes a big cuff. I made this one for a holiday party that I went to. I sat there that day making it.
Yeah,
and
I
my
remember.
boyfriend was like, "What are you doing?" I made a pair of earrings, a big pair like this and this, and just whipped it up. Just you gotta have it. You gotta make something that's gonna match your outfit, you guys.
Let's see it on your wrist, though. Let's see. Get your wrist front and center. Yeah, there it is. So good.
With a nice check glass button.
Yeah, looks so nice.
Yeah.
There's our other queen of the cuff. Is our Faye is watching.
Hey.
Yeah, it is such a favorite. It looks so good.
Well, I feel like we're going from an epic one to a less epic one here, but this is another great idea, in my opinion, for this mix.
I love that sea crowns. Yeah.
This is, sea crowns, which Allie started, and then I just made a simple version of,
Yeah, I
with these leather clasps. Just, I think these are 1.5 millimeter leather and Ceylon. I think it's regular Ceylon, and then A-dots. And I was thinking, instead of doing a different color Ceylon on each of the 4 strands, do the same color and then
make the beads different.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would look great.
And that would be a really good summary. There you
Yeah.
go. Option.
Yeah, really good.
This one I think is the Helen one, because these are Helen's colors.
Yeah.
Helen, who loves aqua, just like me. If you even like my blanket behind me, everything is this aqua, gray, navy blue, and yellow, which, look at the mix.
No, for sure. Yeah, no, it's really good. I have, this was another one, Drea, that I pulled out. I was working on kind of my version of this one, and then I'll show your earrings. This was the Fair Isle, the Super Duo. Such a good one. We were working with this a few weeks ago.
Love my Super Duos.
Yeah, it's such a good one.
Which I'm literally pulling out now because I had the same. You gotta put Super Duos in a project.
Super Duos are so fun, and we're looking at some fresh Super Duo colors for sure. So you folks will see those. But I love these the garland earrings. They're so fun. They're so fun to wear. And they work up so quickly, super fast.
So I grabbed some Super Duos that I liked with it, and I thought, a 90s hoop earring is classic. Faye introduced us to this design she had that like holly berry looking one. Super pretty. I've made tons of these. I made these just for last week's conference because I needed something brown and gold. We had a Western theme. Went really great with my denim dress. It was really cute.
That's right.
But I thought, like, these look really cute together.
Yeah, that would look good together. And it's fun to use the mixes, for those kinds of things. I did.
If you did want to do like just a wrap or a cuff, there's a lot of colors that you can pull from here. Even this is, the denim obviously goes. I think this one's Pacific blue.
Yeah, I think that's right.
I think we do. This is fire. That's metallic pearl. I think this is metallic charcoal, maybe. But there's a lot of options here. You know me, I love my yellow. And metallic pearl is honestly my favorite. I use metallic pearl on so many things because it just goes beautifully with everything.
I have a special project coming up that features metallic pearl that I'm really super excited about it. You'll see it.
I love it.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Love it.
That looks great.
Yeah, these it's a good match with that gilt lined opal.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it looks great. So
beautiful, guys. It's beautiful.
How's the earring? Let's look at the earring one more time, Drea. There it is.
We're pretty set. I'm not going to mess with it too much because I do want it to cure.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is fun.
And I love that 6/0 along the bottom. Looks great.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways you can do the edge. We could do a whole episode about it.
Yeah, just edging the edge, the different beads or the picot or whatever. Yeah. I love how Terry keeps tossing out Empire Records lines. I love it.
I love it. I'm not paying enough attention. Oh gosh.
I love it. Love.
Yeah. Have I fired anyone today? Why would I start with you?
Let me put up, Drea, so that people who have joined us a little bit later know where to find you. You've got your Etsy shop where your earrings and stuff are, which is great. So if you are thinking about, gift for you, other gifts, Drea has a lot of her fun finished earrings up there. And then your
Claire shout out too. Claire made my logo for me.
Yeah, it looks great.
Gotta give her a shout out. I just got my cute little business cards.
Oh, they're so cute, Drea. So cute. Let me put all this. Let me get here. There we are. Let me do this. Let me move us around. moving us
Debbie,
around.
that is sea crowns. This particular colorway is called Helen. The other one that Kate showed, I don't remember what I named it.
But yeah, this is the other one.
Bridget or something like that. It was named after a
Of like
goddess, I'm sure.
of something. Yeah.
Sea crowns. Look up sea crowns on the website.
And it's really fast and fun to make. This we used, I think the Ceylon was fine. I think you used, but
it'll be in the recipe.
Yeah, you could use regular. You could even use like CKC if you wanted as well, like the 0.4. But it's a great project, and it packs a lot of visual punch for sure.
Yeah, it does. I get a lot of comments on them.
Yeah, love it.
I wear them a lot.
Well, my friend, thank you so much, Drea, for joining us today. I love it. It's like old home week. Everybody had a great time seeing you. We're going to have you back for more projects. Follow Drea on all of her socials so you can stay tuned to what she's doing. You never know what she's going to be up to next, which is great. But thank you. This mix was fantastic. Your project was fantastic. And seeing your Highland cuffs, I think, has made everybody ready to do some creating for sure.
I hope so. Kate, I cannot add this to the chat, so I just sent it to you privately, the link to Sea Crowns, if you would.
Oh, thanks.
It's not letting me for whatever reason.
Oh, weird. It's right here.
Yeah, Lorelei is the one that you had in your hand. Helen is what I have, and you have Lorelei in hand.
Gotcha. I just put it up there.
Thank you.
Perfect.
I knew I had it somewhere.
All right. Well, happy Friday, everybody. I will be on. Stay tuned to your newsletters. We'll link the Highland cuff. We'll do some linking. Drea, would you snap a photo of your of that for me, and I'll put it up in the newsletter so you folks can see it. I will be doing a Saturday stitch-in tomorrow. I'm not sure. I've got a bunch of things that I have to finish stitching, so we'll see what comes up tomorrow. You never know. So stay tuned to the newsletter. Drea, lots of love for you. It was great to hang out. And Drea's Etsy, let me put Drea's Etsy right up on here again. And you're always adding new stuff on there, right?
I'm in the middle of a lot of travel and craziness right now, but I'm absolutely going to add more. Right now, it's almost all these kind of earrings, the dancer signature earrings that I do. Definitely going to have these garland style ones. I'm going to get some Highland cuffs up there. All of my signature stuff that I wear myself all the time. Mm-hmm. I just haven't done it yet. I have no time.
I know it's only so many hours in a day, Dre.
Totally.
But for sure.
Well, right. Travel is wrapping up for a little bit, and I will be sitting at my house and beading again in no time.
In no time. Well, Thank you again, my friend. We will see you soon. Have a great April. Have happy Rex Manning Day on the 8th.
Happy Rex Manning Day.
Damn the man, save the empire, Drea.
The empire.
All right. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.